Okay, this is for section 5.2. And it's on dividing polynomials. We've already divided monomials. Now we're going to divide polynomials. Remember, the prefix poly means many. So poly, many terms. So we're going to divide polynomials. Okay. First, before we do that, the author takes you through to divide a polynomial by a monomial. Okay. Example. Up in the numerator, it's 15x squared y minus 20x cubed y to the 5th plus 10x to the 7th y to the 9th. It's all over 5xy. The key on this, if it's a polynomial with the plus or minus signs divided by a monomial, split it up. Yes. Divide. No. Thank you. Thanks. Thanks. Okay, so split it up. Okay, so that 5xy divides into each term. So I'm going to write it 15x squared y over 5xy minus 20x cubed y to the 5th over 5xy plus 10x to the 7th y to the 9th over 5xy. So it's a polynomial because it has plus or minus signs on top divided by a monomial. So split it up. Now you just reduce it. So 5 into the 15, 3, subtract the exponents, and that's it on that one. Minus y to the 4th. Good. Okay. And that's your final answer. Okay, so sorry. No, I've been going through matrices and pre-calc. I've about exhausted my brain last time on matrices. Okay, so that's your final answer. If it's a polynomial divided by a monomial, split it up and simplify it. Okay, now we're going to do divide I'm going to abbreviate it. Divide a polynomial by a polynomial. Just abbreviate it. There are two methods. Okay, and we're going to use a long division or synthetic division. And I'm going to take you through both. Okay, so first I'm going to take you through the long division, which you probably did in Algebra 1, but it's been a long time. Okay, so as an example, so they give you z squared plus 2z minus 24 divided by z minus 4. And usually they will put, it's a polynomial, it's actually a polynomial divided by a binomial, but it's poly by a poly. Long division. So you would rewrite this as z squared plus 2z minus 24, and we're going to divide it by z minus 4. When you do the division, you look just at the first term here and the first term here. That's all you look at. And say, what do I need up here? So when I multiply this times z, I get exactly z squared. So I need a z, right? So z times z, z squared. So you take, you're going to take this times this and get z squared. Then you have to take the z times the -4 and get a -4z. So I'm multiplying this z times z is z squared. Z times negative 4 is negative 4z. With me so far? Javier? Which part's messing you up? Do you understand where I got the z? I look just at first term. So then multiply. Once you get this, because you want to get exactly that first term, multiply z times z, add the exponent z squared. Z times a negative 4, and line that up underneath.
So you multiply what?
I'm multiplying.
So like which z are you multiplying?
I'm taking the z up here in my answer, times z squared. Then I'm taking z times a negative 4, would be a negative 4z. Okay, now here's the colored pencils. The next rule in long division is to subtract. Okay, to subtract means change the signs on the bottom row. So you change the signs and then add. So what's z squared plus a negative z squared? Drops out, right, to 0. Plus 2z plus 4z would be 6z. Bring down the next term. Bring down the minus 24. Now you look just at this first term and this first term and say, what do I need up here in my answer? Yep, and it has to be a positive 6. Now multiply. 6 times z is 6z. 6 times a negative 4, negative 24. Okay, now you use your colored pencil. The next thing you do in long division is subtract. So you change the signs on the bottom row. And on this one, they both drop out, so the remainder is 0. Okay, so my answer is z plus 6. If I wanted to check it on the test, I would take z minus 4 times my answer, z plus 6, and I should end up with z squared plus 2z minus 24. I would multiply all that out. That's the check. Okay? Okay, that's one example, long division. We're going to do several. You're trying to figure out, what do I take? You look just at the first term, z, and this 6z. What do I need up here? So when I multiply this times this, I want to get exactly that, and then when I change the sign, they'll drop out. Okay? Okay. Let's go for another one. Okay. So you have, we're going to just do the long division. So we have x cubed minus 4x squared plus 6x minus 4. X cubed minus 4x squared plus 6x minus 4. We're going to divide that by x minus 2. Okay, now you look just here and here. What do you need in your answer? So when you multiply this times this, you get the x cubed. X to the second. So x to the second. Look up here for a minute. So you're going to multiply x to the second times x would be x cubed. Take x to the second times a negative 2 would be a minus 2x to the second. Okay, now here's where you use your colored pencil. Okay, change the signs on the bottom row. So the x cubes drop out, and we got a negative 2x squared, right? Bring down the next term. Look just, now you're going to look just at the x, and here at the negative 2x squared. What do I put in my answer? So when I multiply this times this, I get exactly this. Negative 2x. So we need a negative 2x up here. So now multiply. A negative 2x times x is a negative 2x squared. Negative 2x times a negative 2 plus 4x. Change the signs on the bottom row. The first term should always drop out. Okay, and then you'd have, what, 2x? Right, and bring down the minus 4. Bring down the next term. you look just at the first term. What do I need? I need a plus 2 up there, right? 2 times x would be 2x. 2 times a negative 4. Right? Change the signs on the bottom row. Remainder of 0. No, it won't always be nice and okay. So let's try another one. Whoops, I don't want that. Yeah, this is your answer: x squared minus 2x plus 2. And you could take it times this. If you multiplied it all out, you should be able to check these before you hand them in. Okay. Especially on a test, you want to check them. Okay, on number 4, we're going to take 4y to the 4th minus 5y squared plus 2y plus 4. Okay, and this time we're going to divide by 2y minus 1. When you do long division, you look just first term. So you're going to look at this, 2y. Yep, so we need 2y cubed. 2y cubed times 2y would be 4y to the 4th. 2y cubed times negative 1, negative 2y cubed. Now look, these, and we're going to change the signs, but these are not the same. Some of you in Algebra 1 probably learned to put a 0y cubed. Like if they leave out any terms, you could put between the 4y to the 4th and minus 5y to the 2nd. You can put a 0y cubed. I don't bother. Okay? If you want to do that, you can. Okay, so I'm going to show you what it looks like if you don't. Okay, change the signs on the bottom row. First one should drop out. Right? Now, which is bigger, the cubed or the squared? Cubed. So bring it down first with that new sign. 2y cubed. Then bring down the next term, minus 5y squared. Okay? Now look just at the 2y out here and the 2y cubed. What do I need in my answer?
Y squared.
Just y squared, right? 1y squared or just y squared? Now multiply. Y squared times 2y, 2y cubed. Y squared times a negative 1, negative y squared, right? Change the signs on the bottom row. See, now they line up, don't they? Okay, so you just bring them down in the order that they should, descending order. Okay, so now we've got what? Negative 4y squared. And the next term is plus 2y. Look at the first term.
Negative 2y.
Yes, negative 2y. So that would be a negative 4y squared plus 2y. You agree? Change the signs on the bottom row. Those drop out, right? And we still have a 4 left. You can't take a y into just a constant. So look up here for a minute. This is the remainder. Some authors will write just an r, remainder 4. Okay, your author doesn't do that. And I want you to get used to what they're doing. And I would always use a plus sign. Okay, so we're going to put plus 4 divided by this divisor, 2y minus 1. 4 divided by, it's plus 4 divided by 2y minus 1. Now, if you were going to check this one, okay, if you did the check on this one, you would take 2y minus 1 times 2y cubed plus y squared minus 2y. You would multiply all that out, and then you'd add on 4. Okay? Huh? Yeah, you'll always put a plus sign, put the remainder over the divisor. Okay? Okay, a couple other things. This is example 5. they will write a problem trying to mess you up. Okay, don't let them do it. T squared plus 3t minus 9 times, look at that quantity, times the quantity 5 minus t to the negative 1. Look at that negative 1 exponent. The negative exponent, what's that going to do? Just going to move it down to the denominator. So this is the same as t squared plus 3t minus 9 divided by, and I would rewrite it also. I'll do it this way first. So it's just going to move it down, and then I would rewrite it. And you can do this if you can get to this last step without, and then go to long division. So the long division would look like this. Now, can you get from this to this? Okay. All that negative exponent is, it's moving that quantity down. Okay, and then I rearranged it so the variable's in front. The t, negative t's in front. Okay, so now do the long division. Okay, so what do I need? You look at first term. I need a negative t. Times the negative t would be t squared. Negative t times a positive 5. Negative 5t. And now use your colors, change your signs. It's up to you. It's just easier on the notes to see what we were doing. Okay, the t squareds drop out, so you should have 8t minus 9. Okay, what do I need in my answer? Yep, I need a negative 8. Right, negative 8 times negative t would be positive 8t. Negative 8 times 5 would be negative 40. Change the signs. Remainder of 31. So we're going to put a plus sign and then put 31 over the divisor, negative t plus 5. Okay? Okay? Everybody good with that long division? You can always go back to that long division. Algebra 2, shortcut, here we come. Okay? Shortcut, synthetic division. Okay? Now we're going to do synthetic. And you'd have to go back in the history map to see who's responsible for this, but somebody said, hey, you know what? Those are in descending order, and those are just placeholders, those letters, those variables. So we're going to go back and do it a different way. Let's go back up to number 2, by synthetic division. Okay. Number 2 was z squared plus 2z minus 24, and it was divided by z minus 4. Polynomial divided by polynomial. Here's what you do on synthetic. You take the coefficients of the dividend. So the coefficients would be 1, 2, negative 24. If, listen up, if they leave out a term, you must put in a 0 on synthetic. The other way, long division, I did not put in a 0, but synthetic you have to or it messes up your answer. Then you actually draw a bracket the other way.